What's up, guys? So we're back with another tier list video. So we're still reviewing the Super Smash Bros. Characters. We got a lot to go through, a lot to go through. And so this time I have their moves set out so I can actually go through them and pick out real reasons. And let's just start into it. So next person we have in line is Ken. Ken, good. Echo of Ryu, both Street Fighter characters. He's not bad. He has great power. His smashes are very nice. They're probably mid-range when it comes to speed, but they're pretty powerful. So his first special is the Hadouken. It's just basically just a Hadouken. You must know what a Hadouken is. And so it's a very nice move to use when you want to hit someone from a distance. You can, holding down the button increases its speed and power, so that's pretty good. He also has his, I'm not even gonna say it just because like Tatsumeki. Okay, I don't even want to say it. It's just basically where he whirls, and kicks multiple times. It hits more times than Rio's does. Then he has his Shoryuken, his up special, and basically just a flaming uppercut, which is pretty good. But and it does a lot of damage. Then he has his focus attack, so that's good because you get super armor. So if they hit you once, like with a powerful move, then you kind of just negate it. It also breaks shields, so that's great. It also, if it's fully charged, then it can, I'm pretty sure Ken's goes all around, so that's, well, great. But, and so you can hit someone, stun them, get like a smash down. It's pretty good. Then his final smash, he basically just makes a pillar of fire, or, like, depending on the position you are with him, he will just unleash a bunch of kicks on the person. So you can either do multiple people or just individual, like, people, depending on, like, where you are. If you're beside them, then I guess you do the kicks. When I've played Ken, I honestly just always do, like, the flaming thing. I don't think I ever really have done the kicks, because I've just never gotten close enough. So, you know what? I would have to say he's a good character. I wouldn't say he's above B, but like I think C fits him pretty well. He's not like a super bad character, but he's also not like really great. But so he's mediocre. So now we're moving on to Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a good character. She there's not much to say. There is much to say, but other than that, she's a good character. She has great smashes. Well, kinda. Her speed for the smashes are very slow, but they're very powerful. Now, as for her moveset, her specials, she has the bullet, like her bullet gun, and basically you just hold it down, does more power, or you can just shoot it. The only flaw though is that it goes at a little like a incline, so if some guys are shorter, then they can be completely like missed when using this. But other than that, it can be good when people are falling from the sky just to use. She has her heel, like her side kick, and she basically just slides across the ground, and if you hold on to it, then she'll kick it. She'll do another kick and launch the person that you hit, if you hit anyone, into the air, and you can follow it up with her up special, which is her witch twist, and that's basically she just spins up in the air with her like foot, and that's basically it. You can also, if you don't jump at all, you can do your up, then jump, then do it again. Or if you do jump, then you could do up and then your side special, and you'll kind of go up and then add like a incline wherever you put the stick. So that's good. And then she has her down special. It's basically like a counter, but not really, because it doesn't reflect the damage. It basically just, if you land it right, then it basically slows down time, so you have enough to get a hit off. But it kind of is bad because it reduces the effect if you keep using it, which makes sense because it'd be OP. But you can get a good few hits in, and I and my friend, we never really, when playing her, we barely even use that, which kind of we should, but it's not too bad. And then with her final smash, it's kind of a tough one to land unless the opponent you're facing doesn't have a good recovery or up special. And basically she just slows time, and you have to attack another opponent to fill up a magic gauge to summon a demon, and then you just spam a bunch of buttons, and then it'll increase damage and then inflict the damage to the said opponent. And it's good because it does a good amount of damage and will like poof if you're above 100, I'm pretty sure. But again, like I said, her heavies are not that fast, and that's like the best way to get it. And also it's really easy to dodge around. It's probably only been landed like 20 times maybe, and we've played like a lot, so it's something to be aware of. But other than that, I say that Bayonetta, she's pretty good. She's a pretty good character. I'm gonna probably put her with B because she's fun to play. She's very fun to play. Her heavies could be tweaked a bit, maybe, to make them just a tiny bit faster. But other than that, her moves are pretty well made. Okay, so now we're moving on to Bowser Jr. So, Bowser Jr. Oh, what a person to, what a person to speak of. Okay, so Bowser Jr. is, I would say, pretty OP. So his smashes are pretty good. He has a side which basically drills the opponent, which is pretty good. But let's go through his specials. So he has his clown cannon, and that is pretty OP. If you charge it up and someone shields it, it will break their shield if fully charged, because it hits it and then hits it again. It doesn't just pass through like you would think. It just, like, it hits them again, and then passes through and can hit someone else. So it's a very OP move, and it moves very fast. And then his side special, Clown Card Dash, unlike Wario's like motorcycle and other things like that, like rolls, he can only do it one side. You can't just move across the screen or around the platform. It only really works one way, and then he stops, and you'll have to do it again. But it's good for just knocking back an opponent if they're in the way, or just kind of getting to the other side fast. Then he has his up special. So it's basically where he just ejects from the little like pod, like the clown cart, and the clown cart explodes whoever's underneath. This is good because if you need to get out, if you're like in a combo, or if you just need to get out of a situation, or there's a group of people, you can just kind of jump above them up, and then just do your up special, and it will just rain down and then explode. It's not super powerful, but it's okay. Then he has his Mecha Koopa. When I play him, I never really use this like at all, but it's pretty good. It basically just deploys a little guy that runs around, and if he attaches to someone, then it explodes. It also explodes if you pick it up and thrown, or someone attacks it, or if it's just left alone. So it's pretty good, but it will attach onto other people, which is sometimes annoying, but, well, for the other people, not for you, obviously. But and then his final smash. So his final smash is the Shadow Mario Paint. It's pretty good, mostly because it just does this giant X across the screen, and it's basically it's impossible to just dodge it. And if you do dodge it, then you're very, very skilled, which I bet some people might, but it's very hard. But it's also hard because Bowser Jr., when he deploys it, he can move around and hit other people. So when they're stuck in a combo, he can hit them and do more damage while they're stuck in the combo, or hit people into it. So it's very, how do I say this? It's very overpowered, and you'll most likely get everyone in the area when you activate it. So it's a good way to kill if everyone's like 100%. So I would say for his overall ranking, I don't know. I feel like he's a good character. Like, I would put him in B because he is a good character. But like, to me, like, even when using him, he is kind of annoying. Like, I would put him in C, but he's not. I think I'm just gonna put him in B. He's pretty powerful, and like, he is genuinely fun to play around with, and overall he's just a good character. Sometimes annoying, but nonetheless good character. Okay, so now we're moving on to Bowser. Big boy Bowser. So he's like one of the like original people, always been there. And he has some few interesting moves. So first his smashes, they're pretty good. His up, just like a little spin attack up, just from jumping in the ground, pretty good. And then he has his side, which basically just jumps up and does like a wrestler move and just like kicks the person. It's very powerful. But as for his specials, so he has Fire Breath, which I think him, Charizard, no, I wouldn't say Ridley, but those two, it's kind of similar. Basically, if you just spam it, then the range decreases, and you can kind of control the angle at which it's at, and it does a decent amount of damage. It's good for stunning the opponent that's coming at you. Then there's the Flying Slam. So this is kind of annoying. We use it because you can use it to you basically just go and you grab an opponent, and fly up in the air and slam, like body slam them down, and it's pretty powerful, especially if you're at a high percentage. But the worst thing is that you can grab someone if they're inside a shield, and that is very overpowered. And you can also jump off the edge with them, which is also annoying. I'm not gonna go into detail because it's just kind of a frustrating move. So now with his up special, the Whirling Forge, he just basically he just goes in his shell, spins. It can be moved sideways. It does not go up that far though, so it's very, like, you need to be careful if you're using it to recover and to climb on the edge. But other than that, I haven't really used it that much for damage wise, but I think it does a decent amount of damage. Then his down special, so basically he does kind of a Yoshi thing where he jumps up in the air and then slams down, and that it's pretty good. You can grab people up when you go up, and then you can also slam down people. It's okay. Then his final smash, he has the Giga Bowser punch, and he basically just gets it to a giant giant Bowser, and you get to control this little like target around, and if you click the button or a button again, then it just punches that opponent and like does damage. It's pretty good. You can get a good amount of people. Usually you only get one, but the downside is it's if you know when the opponent's gonna press the button, it's very easy to just dodge it, because you can just press the dodge button if you're in midair, just jump up in the air, and then if you just press the dodge button, then you just dodge it, and it's pretty easy to miss. But I get caught up in it most of the time. But that's about it. Bowser, he's an okay character. I'm just gonna put him in C. I don't want to rush this, but I gotta go quickly because we've only gotten like 4 people down, and we've had all of these people down in like a 20-something minute. episode last time, so I don't want to take a long time. I know I'm explaining stuff more, but I kind of need to just speed things up. Okay, next we have Crumb. Crumb, he's pretty good. He's kind of a mix between yeah, I guess he's an echo, it says, of Roy, but I don't really think that much. He's kind of a mix between, I guess, Roy and he's a mix between Roy and Ike, which is a pretty powerful combo. He basically just has Ike's up, which is, that's the only thing he really inherits from it. But all the other stuff he gets from Roy, and he's pretty powerful. So, okay, it doesn't seem to be, I just have a little screen here, and it doesn't seem to be loading, but he has his normal B, which he basically just holds up his sword and charges this attack, and you can change each side that you're going, but if you charge it up enough, it will damage you, but it does a ton of damage if you can land it. And it's really easy to like trick an opponent and say you're going to do one way and then change it at the last moment. And it does a lot of damage, and I think it will, if fully charged, it will kill at like 30 to 40%, I'm pretty sure. But it's very hard, it's very difficult to land, especially if you're playing a skilled player. Then we have his side. So it's basically just Marth and Roy's side. He just wails his sword a bunch of times, and you can also change it so if you do down at the last second, then it'll do a little like kind of jab move a bunch of times, or if you do up, then he'll hit it up a ton, which is good because you can customize it a bit, and it's actually pretty powerful and stuns the opponent pretty well, and you can get a lot of damage off of it. Now for his up. So his up is, as I said, Ike's up, but we haven't gotten there, so if you're new to, but anyways, he basically just, he's like spins his sword up, and then catches it, and then, I'm pretty sure, and then catches it, and then slams back down. And this, like, you can catch someone in it and make them go up and down, or just hit someone down. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I know Ike does, but I'm pretty sure Crumb might have super armor in this as well, which is a pretty substantial thing to have, because you can avoid most items and other sorts like that. So, and then we have his down. It's basically the counter. All Fire Emblems have this counter, but all Fire Emblems have this counter, and you just counter damage. I don't know the specifics of if it does more damage than one other person or what, but it's a counter. There's nothing else much to say. Crumb, he's pretty OP. He has a good mix of abilities, I would say. I'd put him in a B. He's decently OP, and can cause a lot of hurt in a battle. Okay, now moving on to Ice Climbers, the bane of all people playing ever in existence. No one can ever play this character and enjoy anything, any of their lives. They cannot enjoy. It's an annoying character, just to say the least. Smash is pretty good. For the B, they just both of them, because there's two people, but both of them just shoot a little like kind of iceberg and just launch it over to their opponents, and the ice shoot, and it just makes ice chunks. They hit them with a hammer, slide across, and they will bounce off walls and all of the sorts, and they're okay, but you can reflect them just by shielding, which kind of sucks. Okay, then they have the Squall Hammer, which they just twirl both of them twirl their hammers, and they can move across the screen. It's kind of like Ken's side B, but kind of not, but you basically just twirl. The bad part about this is if you twirl in the air, you can go off the edge and just be stunned and not be able to use like any of your ups until you're like way down, which is a very bad thing about this. And it can be spammed to all ability. I don't even know what to say, but it is very annoying when spammed. Then we have the up special, which if you have both characters, then you basically just throw Nana, or Nana pulls on the rope that Pop throws, and then the two work together. They basically just launch each other to grab onto an edge and then climb it. But if one of them is dead, or if Nala, or depending on the skin, you're like the person that you're not playing, if they die, then your up is just like, you just move up a tiny bit. It's very, very sad and sucks a lot. And then they have their down, which is basically just they just shoot a bunch of ice, like I don't know how to say it, like a freeze ray almost. And if it hits people a lot, like it does damage, but if it hits someone when they're not shielding a lot, then it will freeze them into an icicle, and you can damage them, hit them, do whatever. Their final smash sucks. I don't care what anyone says, but it's doo-doo. Like, it's called the iceberg, and it basically just a huge iceberg appears. There's a pterodactyl which could come and hit. That's cool. But basically, where you move, the iceberg moves. But it sucks when you're on the same side as the people you want to knock off, because that means you have to go off the platform to be able to hit them. And that means that you might not recover, especially if you don't have your second little buddy to do your up special with. So it can kill you, and I think it's killed me multiple times, especially if you're first beginning and you don't know how to use it. It's a very, very annoying, and I don't know, it's just bad. I say ice climbers, I don't know. I would honestly have to say that they go down to like F, honestly. They're not fun at all. They're not fun to play. Like, I would bump it up if they were even fun to play and just had bad moves, but they're not even fun to play. They're very annoying. So now, okay. So now moving on to Cloud. Cloud is a good character. I feel like in my group of friends, he's very unutilized, I guess you could say. We don't really play him that much. And anyways, let's just get into the moves. His smashes, if you know Gandalf, it's basically the same, less damaging. But his side smash, I think you can do it twice, and it does a lot of damage. But let's just go into the specials. So he's the blade beam. So basically, his normal special is he just shoots this little projectile that slides across the ground, and it just hits people. It's very good for edge guarding, but quite annoying. His side special is the cross slash, which is if you catch someone in it, you have to basically press the side special multiple times for it to fully complete. And if you catch someone in it, then they'll launch, and you can do a ton of damage. Then you have the climb hazard. So he basically just goes up and then down. You have to press it twice, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's him, but you either have to press it twice for him to go up and down, or you can just press it, once and it goes up and down. I don't know, but it can be difficult when trying to recover, so be very careful in that sense. Then he has his down special, which is limit charge. So basically just charges up his limit gauge, and basically, yeah, so he charges up his limit gauge, which basically all of his previous attacks just do like more damage and up. But also, when you're fully charged and you do the down special, it will kind of swirl and it will launch people upwards, and it does, at least from what I've seen, we haven't used it that much because we usually use other moves when playing it, but it does a very good amount of damage, and will, I think, potentially kill at 60%. I don't know this for sure, but it is very OP. And then finishing off with his final smash, he has this Omni Slash, which basically he dashes forward and then he dashes upward and basically just makes a ton of slashes, and then finishes with like a giant powerful blow, and it launches the opponent downward. So it can be hard to it can be hard to, like, I guess, kill them when they're at a high percentage because it knocks them down. But you can get several opponents, so it's good in that sense. As for ranking, I think that Cloud, I don't know. I think he's gonna go for a C for me. I think he's just kind of a mediocre kind of guy. He's pretty actually he's pretty powerful. I think I'm gonna go for a B. He's very good and definitely, I'd say, a good starter. Maybe not for recovery, but for damage and for getting the job done, he's a very good starting character. Anyways, that wraps up all the time I have. This video is getting pretty long. It's kind of hard to do all these characters and try to give my reasoning of why they are in the ranks that they are without taking a lot of time, so it's kind of just what happens. But I think that so far the rankings is going pretty well. I think I have a pretty just ranking of all these characters on, like, powerful and all their moves. So now I'm kind of increasing it with showing other moves so I can know it, so I don't just, like, kind of black out. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this another review of the characters and ranking, and maybe you guys can comment down and ask me why I did something, or maybe state your opinion for some of these characters. But other than that, I like reviewing these characters, and I will see you guys in a next video. Probably gonna be another one of these, maybe not, I don't know, maybe I'll go back to Minecraft, who knows. But it's been fun, so I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.